Over 1.5 million pupils in England have identified special educational needs. That's roughly 1 in 6 children in our schools. In some settings, especially in areas of higher deprivation, that number is even higher, which means something important. Every teacher is an SEND teacher. Whether you're teaching Year 2 phonics, GCSE history, or A-level chemistry, there will be pupils in your classroom with additional needs. But here's the challenge. Many teachers don't feel fully prepared for this reality. Why every teacher needs SEND training. Let's start with the bigger picture. The number of pupils with SEND has been rising steadily, with EHCPs increasing significantly year on year. More children are being identified with autism, ADHD, speech and language needs, and SEMH challenges. At the same time, specialist provision is under pressure, meaning mainstream schools are supporting more complex needs than ever. This isn't something that can sit solely with the SENCOs or TAs. Classroom teachers need the confidence and tools to adapt their teaching, because every pupil deserves high-quality inclusive learning. What ITT doesn't cover. Think back to your initial teacher training. How much time was spent on SEND? For many, it was limited, often more theoretical than practical. You might have a few lectures or a placement in an inclusive setting, but really, day-to-day strategies, adapting lessons, supporting sensory needs, managing behaviour, scaffolding learning are often missing. This can leave teachers feeling unsure or overly reliant on others, and that's exactly the gap CPD should be filling. Evidence-based CPD approaches. So what actually works? Research highlights a few key approaches. First, observation-based coaching, seeing effective practice in action, then trying it yourself with feedback. Second, condition-specific training, focusing on areas like autism, ADHD, or dyslexia, so strategies are practical and usable. Third, time to collaborate, regular conversations with SENCOs, TAs, and specialists to tailor support for individual pupils. And finally, ongoing support, resources, follow-ups, and time to embed what you've learned, because real change doesn't come from one-off training days. Specific programs worth considering. There are some well-established programs schools often turn to. Team Teach supports behaviour and de-escalation strategies, particularly in SEMH settings. LCLAN focuses on speech and language development, especially valuable in primary education. The National Autistic Society offers training to build confidence in supporting autistic pupils. The British Dyslexia Association provides practical, classroom-focused approaches. An attachment-aware programme helps staff support pupils affected by trauma. Each one offers a different layer of expertise. The key is choosing what your school needs most. Building whole school SEND confidence. Strong SEND provision isn't built around one person. It's a whole school effort. It starts with how staff are supported and deployed. Do TAs have the time to structure to make an impact? Do staff have access to the right training? Many schools are now developing SEND champions, team members who build deeper expertise and support others. And just as importantly, SEND needs to be a part of everyday conversations, not a separate topic, but embedded in how teaching and learning is discussed across the school. How supply specialists can help. Building the capacity takes time, and that's where additional support can help. At Milk Education, we place SEND specialists across the north of England, from TAs with behaviour training to intervention specialists and experienced SEND teachers. People who can step in, integrate quickly, and make a difference from day one. If you're thinking about SEND staffing, training, or strengthening your provision, we'd love to support. Head to the link in the description to find out more.